Well, Jim, before we get into too much detail, the draw for the FA Cup was made yesterday and it's Chesterfield again, 2 weeks running, this time at home. What's your reaction to the draw?
It's a bit of a weird one. It's always a bit of a strange one when you get a team that you're playing that week. At least we know who we've got. In terms of we've done our homework on them. It's not a team that we don't know anything about. It's a home draw, so you don't have that tricky travel. It's not really banana skin as such. One of those difficult ones where all the pressure's on you to win within 90 minutes, and the opposition are doing their best to bring you to penalties. It's a tough one, tough draw for both us and for Chesterfield. There seem to be a lot of those National League teams playing each other, so it'll be an interesting mix that goes into the next round.
Looking back on Tuesday, it's been a few days now since that crazy final 15 minutes. When you've had a chance to look back at the footage, maybe without that adrenaline and emotion, what was it that impressed you most about the performance? I knew Wilson would be a difficult place, lively team, play a good brand of football, very attack-minded, get the full-backs high up the pitch and get crosses in early, and it caused us a few problems and they got a few goals from it. I felt that as long as we were strong and we continued to play our game, stay in the game, that we'd get stronger as the game went on. The nature of the finish was obviously incredible, and it wasn't just down to the subs coming on and giving us more energy, but also, if you like, the staying power and relentlessness of Richie Bennett, Jordan Williams, Jordan Keane. The players were just awesome for the 90 minutes, and it sort of that quality showed in the final 20 minutes. One thing I noticed during the game, after about an hour, their striker went down with an injury, and you took that stoppage in play as an opportunity to bring the players over in a huddle, and there seemed to be a visible lift in performance after that. What did you say to the team?
Well, it's an interesting one because we'd noted that the Wilston manager used tactical team talks. In the previous game, after 30 minutes, the goalkeeper went down with an injury and he wasn't injured, and allowed them to have an impromptu team talk. And I think that they used that opportunity of that injury at that point to have a team talk. And I think it sort of backfired them a little bit because they got the second goal. They'd been frustrating us. They got us all over the place. We were arguing about decisions. We were getting frustrated with the time wasting, and I think that one allowed us to get together, collect the thoughts, calm down, recognise the state of the game, recognise what we had going into the last half hour. Everybody got their minds a little bit more focused on just the performance and drive it. Made 2 substitutions around the same time, and I think everything was set up nicely for us to just go and focus on the final half hour and be the strongest team and get the next goal. And if we got that, I felt confident that we would go on and win the game.
A couple of goals from set pieces on Tuesday as well, which I know is something you put a lot of emphasis on. One was a well-worked free kick, the other one a little bit of innovation with the corner for John Rooney's second goal. It must please you as a manager to see those kind of moves come off.
Yeah, we've been working really hard. I mean, like every team, we worked really hard on set plays for and against, and they were a huge difference last year. We didn't have the resources last year, the on-field qualities of players, so our set plays were huge. Notable wins at Wrexham and Ebbsfleet and even Bromley here. We were winning games with just one set play, and so there's a massive emphasis on them. What we're trying to do with the players, give them some stock stuff to work from. We've got some good technicians, we've got some really strong target players, but every team has their own way of defending. Every team really has strengths that you want to try and avoid, but has weaknesses that you want to exploit. And I think that goal that we scored against Wilston, it probably reminded us a little bit of the one that we scored at Guiseley. And like I said, that's where we leave. We have a core, but we let the creativity from those players take in it to see if there's an opportunity they can exploit. And fortunately, we took our chances in these 2 particular moments you're talking about, and it gave us the ascendancy in the game, which just shows the value of set plays in terms of getting you all the points.
We spoke about Richie Bennett at length in the past, as well as his goal on Tuesday. He also got 3 assists. I saw a quote the other week from Notts County's manager saying that to win the National League, you need a 20-goal-a-season striker. Do you agree with that statement? I
think that whoever wins the league this year would most likely have a 20-goal-a-season striker. And I think anybody that has won the league probably has that. But I've had teams, we had Jason Oswald in the National North, 28 goals. But it depends on other factors as well. We've highlighted the fact of having a 20-goal-a-season striker, but we've also highlighted the fact of having 3 players that can get 50 goals. So when you factor in John Rooney's 16, 17 goals last year, Jordan Williams' goals, then you had Richie, Connor, Alex Reid got to double figures. You're quietly confident between 3 of those players that play regularly that you'll get the 50 goals. But again, teams are going to make it really hard for the nines nowadays. You're seeing a lot of teams playing 3 centre-backs. So the nines are finding it more difficult. It's often the 10s or the inside forwards that get the goals, as we've seen that with Danny Lloyd when he had a lot of goals for us, or Matty Warburton. Our nines didn't get a lot of goals because they're closely marked, but the 10s get more goals. So I think that we're likely to have 1 or 2 players that will be at the top end of the scoring charts. But I'm sure so will Notts County and several other teams. It's just whether we have 3 players scoring 45, 50 goals and a team that knows how to keep clean sheets and win games. And that is one major factor, but it's not one that we're hanging our hat on. If we have somebody who gets a number 9 who gets 19, it will still be a very good output for a player.
One player that always chips in with a few goals is Ash Palmer. It was revealed the other day he's made the final 3 shortlist for the North West National League Player of the Year. That's a deserved recognition for him, isn't it?
Massive recognition, and I think it sort of epitomises what this club did last year in terms of coming up as a part-time hybrid side. Ash's professionalism as both a part-time player last year in the National League just is an incredible testament to his ability. I'm really pleased this year he's been able to become a full-time player, but I'm absolutely delighted for him to be the recognition that he's got and the team's got for what he's put into last season. And like I said, when you take a step back and look at what he created last season, he's every right to be amongst that. And I remember a long time ago when Ashley Williams got it, and he's seen what Ash went on to deliver. So the National League are recognising a really good player.
It's a big game this weekend, Chesterfield away. You have some great memories, different stadium of course, but playing away at Chesterfield as a player, it's another big ex-Football League club. Are these the kind of occasions you look forward to the most as a manager?
I think last season when we went to Notts County, I think it was a great day. I think our fans and our players loved going to Wrexham. Last year we were very unfortunate we didn't get that opportunity to go to Chesterfield with the closure of the league season. Great stadium, great place to go. It's just such a shame that we don't have the fans to generate that league atmosphere. I'm really disappointed for clubs like Hartlepool and Chesterfield, clubs that are Wrexham that have a lot of respect from not just in the league but in League One and in the Championship on some occasions. So they had a great time in the late 90s like we did, in going all the way to cup semi-finals and being on the brink of Championship football, and it's such a sad state of affairs to see where they are now. But great club, great stadium, great place to go and play football. Very eerie atmosphere when you have such a great stadium that's empty, but hopefully the 2 teams put on a great shows for the fans that are watching, and because it's live on BT Sports, so we're not just to have our own audience enjoying it, but hopefully we put on a good advert for the National League.
What do you make of the job that John Pemberton's done at Chesterfield? I know they finished 20th at the end of the season, but when you look at the last 10 games, they finished the campaign really strongly. Yeah,
it's always difficult when a club comes down. It takes a bit of a while to adjust, and I think John came in on not just a difficult backdrop to the first team and how they were performing, but also, if you like, the change of ownership and the transition they've made as a club from a sort of a one-man ownership to a kind of fan ownership thing. So that's been difficult, and that'll have some effects in terms of the culture of the club and the finances available. But I think when John came in, he certainly gave the group a lift. He played different formations, gave some new energy to the team, and that turned out to be what they needed to be safe. I think with the six or seven games that were left for them, they would have been comfortable in the division. I think it's a huge challenge for any club like Chesterfield, Wrexham, Stockport that's done okay in a season. The expectation is always for more. So I think John will be hopeful of a good season this year. But everybody's just absolutely delighted just to be playing football and just wants to keep the football club alive and in existence by the end of the season. So in that regard, John, I know everybody at Chesterfield's done a great job to keep them ticking over, and I think that you'll see a club there that will grow and grow over the next couple of seasons.
Are you able to give us an update on any team news going into the game? Are the likes of Jordan Williams and Jamie Stock close to returning to match action?
And Jordan Williams has been training with us, but again, he's it's if you like, I think the expression sort of conservative management. We're conscious he's fit, but he won't be match fit. He won't be 100%. He won't be fully confident with the injury. But it's just nice to have him back in training. He'll be in the squad tomorrow and he'll be coming with us. But what part he plays will be, at the discretion. Jamie Stott has been given a face mask. So if he wants to, he can play with a face mask, or he can play without the face mask. So again, that's just a question of just making sure that he feels confident in what he's doing going tomorrow. So we welcome them both back to the group, and that gives us a really strong 19. And the only player at the moment out of our 20 that's not available is Harvey, but it was nice to see him out on the training ground now, kicking balls and building his confidence. So great credit to everybody for getting back to full fitness and close to full squad, and great credit to all the staff for the job they've done in terms of building durability, strength, and getting everybody into a very, very healthy state of play going into not just this game, the FA Cup, and a really tough end to this month where I think the width and depth of the squad will be challenged truly in the next 2 or 3 weeks and over the course of November.
Just finally, Jim, I know you usually target around 2 points a game over the course of a season. We're there or thereabouts at the minute. I know it's early doors, but are we at the level that you expected us to be this early in the season?
I'm really pleased that we're up there. You're never really sure when you put a team out on the pitch how they're going to cope, how they're going to cope with a defeat like Torquay, how they're going to cope with being behind like Halifax. And I think that a lot of challenges have been placed on the players, and they've been found to find the right answers. I think we're all pleased or satisfied. We're not over the moon. There's a long season ahead. I was going to say 46, 42 games to go, but probably 40 games to go with the loss of Macclesfield. It's a long journey, and all we can do is just concentrate on the next game, improving on the previous game, ironing out the issues and just getting better. And I think that we will get better. And knowing that we have a culture of professionalism to get better and to grow, it is nice to be second in the league, albeit with a couple of teams only playing 3. So what we just got to do is take the next game, go for the win, be in pursuit of a better performance and the best result we can get, and just go from game to game like that. And eventually you'll find that you've had a great start, or you're having a great third to the start of the season. And but yeah, it's very important to start off well and have a culture of growth and quality. But yeah, we're pleased at the moment, but a lot of work to be done, and like I said, I'm looking forward to that journey and that climb.
Jim, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.